fusions, and trust me, they're all delicious.
I gotta tell you, Jing is absolutely incredible, and I just came back from Ho Chi Minh.
Why aren't we getting offered anything in the company in general?
The problem with that statement is that you're saying, hey, let's get married.
Today I'm at $500,000. Expecting 1.8 next year.
1.8? Wow.
Products on the drawing board. I've got products right now still in development.
Jonathan, let me tell you something. I love your passion.
And then stir, and within seconds, you will be sipping it on your own perfectly balanced Vietnamese coffee.
Only one so far is making money.
What is that product?
In this, with all of my designs, I try not to put in more.
Number 3, Copper Cow Coffee. Debbie hails from the good old country of Vietnam, and she wants to share the unique way in which they make their coffee. According to her, Vietnamese coffee would be the gold standard of coffee enthusiasts the world over if only they knew the ambrosia that has been missing from their lives. Debbie has arrived at the Shark's Den with a tiny package in hand, but what she's demanding in return for a piece of her brand is a pretty steep price.
Hi, I'm Debbie, and I'm here today seeking $600,000 in exchange for 4% of my company.
Wowza!
I was definitely raised in a Vietnamese household, and I loved everything about food. I loved the culture, and I especially loved the sweet, creamy treat of Vietnamese coffee. Single, individual pour-overs allow for anyone to make a gourmet coffee without any additional equipment.
Daymond usually keeps the peace and is known as one of the good guys on this panel of hard-nosed investors. But the sounds emerging from him are not boding well for this wannabe inventor. Who can resist the aroma of premium coffee wafting through the air? This product is overloaded with its come-hither vibes. The food show has already fallen victim to its potent wiles, and the sharks have mellowed down significantly and are already stumbling.
Simply take your pour-over, open it up, gently hang it over your cup, pour hot water over the organic ground. We're with the best farms in Vietnam to bring the absolute best Vietnamese coffee to the U.S. Once brewed, then you get to add your Copper Cow creamer. There are no preservatives or additives. And then stir, and within seconds, you will be sipping it on your own perfectly balanced Vietnamese coffee. You've got our churro and our lavender fusions, and trust me, they're all delicious.
I gotta tell you, Jing is absolutely incredible, and I just came back from Ho Chi Minh.
These numbers are insane, and the judges are doing what they do best, judging. This company is expanding too much and too fast, and not making enough dough to provide it with the necessary coverage.
What I think is really cool is this packaging.
Yes.
Did you create this yourself?
Exactly the brew that we want, but it's actually a technology that's very common in Japan.
And how much does this sell for?
$15, and it cost us $3.10 to make it.
Premium coffee.
It's premium coffee. So I took it to the fancy food show.
Mark doesn't want to poop on her party, but Debbie's master plan for her business seems a bit all over the place, and it's making him uncomfortable. He is joined in his discomfort by Mr. Wonderful, who has a few choice words, or one too many for Debbie's comfort, to share on her business model. Daymond is going to have the last word by bringing a few home truths to the table. His assessment is succinct and clearly worded as he outlines his biggest beef with Debbie's business module, that she seems to have lost out on this product and has made nothing on it, which is not why you do business. The fact that Debbie is asking others for money, but the fact that she has $1.7 million languishing in her account has painted her in a pretty bad color. Mark and Robert have come to the rescue of this damsel in distress, who is clearly getting overwhelmed by the three-way haggling he is witness to. Debbie might be the 40% owner of her company, but Robert is asking for a huge chunk of the leftover cake, with 8% controlling interest in her baby. Well, beggars can't be choosers, and Debbie has pretty slim offerings to choose from, so Robert is going to be it. Number 2, 5-minute furniture. Jared Joyce considers himself a mover and shaker in the elite world of furniture making, and he considers his product one of a kind and the next best thing to be invented in the modern world after the wheel. He might consider himself a go-getter, but his cocksure attitude is giving off hustler vibes, and it's setting Robert's teeth on edge. He's giving an assembly demonstration like a maestro playing a masterpiece, instead of putting together a cube with 4 sides. Jared is convinced of his own ingenuity and is blown away by his own genius, but whether he has convinced any of his audience of it is a whole different matter.
Joyce, I'm an inventor and entrepreneur, and today, for $250,000, I'm offering you 25% equity in my patented 5-minute furniture. In my hand are assembly instructions for one of my competitors' furniture designs. On several pages, in multiple languages, and they come with a frustrating bag of hardware. This is a cube design, and the first thing to notice is this patented joint, which allows us to comfortably slide two sidewalls together to create a flush right corner. You simply grab and go. Once the sidewalls are connected, we crop it in, quarter turn, and boom. These bookshelves assemble with no tools required in under 5 minutes.
Once he is finished with his overconfident and inflated story, the questions have started pouring in, to which he is scrambling to provide answers. His confidence is not backed by any profits, which is a dismal state of affairs not liked by the judges. These moneymakers are only interested in profits, which is the ultimate guarantee of having a winner on your hands. Jared seems to have amassed a plethora of patented items, but not a dime to show for it in his bank. Daymond has doubts niggling at his mind, and though he is not convinced by Jared's smooth talk, he is willing to keep an open mind. Jared's act is one of a benevolent benefactor, even though he is the one who has come crawling on his knees to this den looking for succor. But his act of doing favors to the investors by letting them have a chunk of his dubious invention is about to come to an end.
Why aren't we getting offered anything in the company in general?
The problem with that statement is that you're saying, hey, let's get married. Saying, hey, buy me a drink first.
This is a real slick Willie over here.
Daymond has asked a question which is on everyone's mind, and Jared's answer is a master shakedown. Daymond is not falling for his crap stunt and is calling Jared out on the mountain of assumptions he has brought into their domain to waste their precious time. Daymond is joined by Mark on his side of the bad cop routine. He's asking some pretty straightforward questions, and the answers he's getting are not building his confidence. Jared's body language has changed completely because he knows he has finally landed in hot waters. Robert is wasting no time putting the final nails in his coffin by showing him a mirror which does not make a good reflection on his business ethics.
Licensing is how I made my money.
You made your money? Have you made money before?
I run a research and development firm. We currently have over 80 products in the portfolio, and this is one of them.
So Jared, what have you invented in that portfolio of 80 or 90 patents, however many, that's made any money?
Only one so far is making money.
What is that product?
The product's called the Plug Hub.
How much money has it made?
It's been on the market for a month. I think they've sold 10,000.
How much money do you have invested in this?
In this, with all of my designs, I try not to put in more than 1,000 myself.
1,000?
So with that, there's 250,000 of investor funds in.
Lori and Kevin know they have an overinflated balloon on their hands with plans to fleece them of their hard-earned cash. She has plans of her own to buy him out of his misery and take the white elephants he is using as a pitch to part people from their hard-earned cash in exchange for money. For the first and only time, Jared's inventions are going to make him money, and his only loss will be that of a few unsaleable furniture pieces. These sharks are willing to breathe new life into his bank account, but they will be taking over the inventions he has been using to run a scam. Needless to say, Jared is not willing to part with his cash cow. Number 1, working stiffs. Jonathan Booz is offering a solution to the daily dressing problems for men in the business world. These go-getters are facing intense competition from their hip and well-heeled colleagues in the corporate world, and Jonathan has their. He is going to provide them with tactical support in their quest for achieving a balance between the quintessential sharp look and running a heavy and hectic business schedule. He is going to have them prepped and their collars stiffened in all the right places with his magnetic collar stays.
Everyone, my name is Jonathan Booth. I'm the owner of the men's brand Stiffs, as well as the inventor of Power Stays, the world's only magnetic collar stay. I'm seeking $85,000 for 10% equity in my company. This all started back when I was actually running late for some dinner reservations for Jelen, as she threw a brand new shirt at me to put on. I seen that I had a big problem. I looked like John Travolta from Saturday Night Fever. Or stay. And you place it on the underside of the collar. There's a collar stay pocket. Flip the collar down. And we have a super strong, small magnet. It goes on the inside of the shirt. And instantly change my shirt. So wherever you put your collar is where your collar stays.
The story behind this product is an everyday occurrence for every man running short on one commodity you can never have enough of: time. His product might be a tiny little thing, but it does a huge job. It is an innovation squeezed into a tiny little package, representing an ingenious solution to a problem which has plagued man for a very long time. Jonathan is running a one-man show and has been sole instigator and manager of the entire marketing and production efforts of this product. He has impressed Kevin with his business acumen, and the numbers behind his product have suitably convinced Robert to his side as well. Jonathan is impressing the judges undoubtedly, but the impression he's making is not converting into hard currency. This product is one of a kind and might translate into big bucks sometime in the future. But so far, these fishies are not biting and the bait is lying untouched.
There's nothing else like this in the menswear industry.
These are spectacular.
Specialty stores.
What retailer do you sell them at?
Nordstrom contacted us for Stays, which launched in 24 stores. Within 3 months, we went to 77 stores, over 18,000 units. We made them over $600,000.
Jonathan, you're the real deal.
Oh, yeah. I am the real deal. I design and produce all this stuff myself. The packaging, the displays, the product, it's all me.
What are your sales today in all the products?
Today I'm at $500,000. Expecting 1.8 next year.
1.8. Wow.
Products on the drawing board. I've got products right now still in development.
Jonathan, let me tell you something. I love your passion. I'm just not the guy to help you. I'm out.
Jonathan, I really can't do anything for your business, so I'm out.
I'll make an offer. I'll give you $100,000 for 30% of the business, but I want a royalty on that money. I want a 14% royalty. In the end, you need cash, my friend. I'm making you an offer for disrespect to cash.
Don't like that deal.
You know why I like that deal? Because you're going to be calling me every 90 days for $250,000.
Kevin is willing to come to Jonathan's rescue, but the terms and conditions he's offering are more of a takeover than a rescue. It's a take it or leave it offer, and Jonathan just might be going home with empty pockets if he doesn't consent. Mr. Wonderful is being anything but. This shark is smelling blood, and it's circling the bait, which seems to be Jonathan at the moment. Daymond is being directly challenged by Jonathan for an explanation for his silence. This entire exchange with Daymond is indicative of the basic element missing from Jonathan's business venture, which is a mature and realistic attitude to doing business. Jonathan has lost perhaps the only shark who could have identified with his struggle, and his product has taken a direct hit before it could experience life. That's all we have for you, folks. Join us next time.